Hi, Andrew Bell here, and coming to you today from a very busy Gold Coast. No official figures available yet, but the town is absolutely buzzing, bulging at the seams. The general feedback is that everything is up around 25% on a typical January, which is of course the peak tourist season here in the market. It will be interesting to see the official numbers when they do come through. Now, before I provide this week's market feedback, I'm wanting to give you an opportunity of inspecting this magnificent property at 7309 Bayside Close, Sanctuary Cove. Now, of course, Sanctuary Cove is the home to many of the Gold Coast's most prestigious properties, but this one ranks among the best, the very best, in Sanctuary Cove. And of course, that means on the Gold Coast. On 1,232 square metres of land, it's been completely reimagined by award-winning architects, and it is now testament to style, sophistication and excellence in design. Enjoying the preferred northerly aspect, it has a magnificent outlook over a wide section of river, never to be lost views across to the National Park. It's the perfect combination of a one-of-a-kind physical home and an unparalleled position. With so many amazing features, I could continue talking about this home for hours, but I'm hoping the visuals tell the story far better than I could. For those looking for a benchmark type real estate property, this is the one you should come and inspect. Now, details of our marketing agent, Shirley Wiley, are on screen now, and she would be delighted to let you know of an inspection time that suits you. International research group CoreLogic has just reported that the Australian housing market has recorded its best quarter of growth in 10 years, with a 4% increase in property values in the December quarter alone. No question, we are playing catch up after some downward price adjustments through 2018 and the first half of 19. But what is significant is the rapid increase in property price growth. Strong growth in property prices is always synonymous with strong confidence in the real estate market, and the belief that property values are representing outstanding value. We see that confidence and enthusiasm in the current buyer activity. Now, whilst most of us would have been preparing for Christmas Day, we had many inspections and negotiations and indeed sales on Christmas Eve. This activity only paused on Christmas Day, but it was back on in earnest from Boxing Day onwards. Strong inspection numbers, sales occurring on Boxing Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. This truly reflects the strongest activity we've seen here on the Gold Coast in 30 years. It's a statement of the belief in the market when you see people anxious to carry out their inspections and lock in their property purchases on days where they would normally have been holidaying or enjoying family time. We're at the halfway mark of the Event 2020 auction program and already recording some properties with as many as 100 odd inspections in 2 weeks. 5% of our auction properties have already sold within the first week or so. And typically, sales of those properties are occurring because offers have been made between 10 and 15% higher than the seller's expectations. Will this continue forever? The answer, of course, is no. However, what we are seeing is this huge belief in the Gold Coast property market, and particularly very strong interest from our southern buyers. They see the Gold Coast not only as a preferred location to live, but see it as still representing great real estate value. And that by comparison to other major population centres of Australia, you get much better value and more for your money here. That price surge will only continue to a point where people no longer see value in our real estate. And then normal market factors will come into play with some self-breaking, if not self-adjustment. For now, there has not been a stronger period of real estate activity here on the Gold Coast in 30 years. There will never be a more fascinating time to be at the event other than this one. Give yourself a good feel for the real estate market and what's happening in the marketplace at present. Put in your diaries now to be at the RACV Royal Pines on Saturday the 25th of January 2020 from 10 a.m. for the Gold Coast Home and Living Expo, and with the auction beginning at 11 a.m. Have a good look through this fortnight's e-newsletter, as it does list all of the properties we have for the event 2020. Don't let yourself fall into that situation where you regret in 6 or 12 months' time that you did not make your move earlier, perhaps now in January. It's called missing the boat, procrastination, and it happens too often because people's uncertainty We find those who make the most money in the real estate market are the ones who move early, and those that wait for all the evidence under the sun usually do their buying too late in the cycle. Have a good look through this property. You really should come and have a look for yourself. Remember, call Shirley Wiley. Well, that's it for this fortnight. I look forward to being with you again in 2 weeks' time. Our eternal thanks to all of the firefighters, and I could not be proud of Australia for the way we are coming together to support so many people who've been affected by these fires. What an encouraging way to start 2020 when so many people are reaching out to help our fellow Australians. And indeed, we're getting enormous support now from overseas. We will rebuild, we will rejuvenate, we will come back stronger than ever. I could not be more appreciative to be an Australian and to live in Australia. See you in a fortnight.